It's drama time, and I'm your host TK. Today we're going to be discussing the Korean drama Good Doctor. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with this story, Good Doctor revolves around Park Shi-on. I'm worse with Korean names than I am with Japanese, so I'm sorry. But this story is actually really, really good. It revolves around Park Shi-on as he journeys to become an established doctor. Now, there's all kinds of hospital series out and everything, yes, but what makes this one truly stand out above all the other ones is the fact that Park Shi-on is autistic. And he's a high-level autistic person, what they would call a savant syndrome, who he can read something, watch something, learn all this stuff. He memorizes it, and he can just instantaneously just pull everything out. He can see everything in the 3D images inside of his head, and he's awkward around everybody, but he wants to become a doctor. He wants to, a pediatric surgeon, to be specific, and wants to protect children's lives, providing them a chance to grow up and actually live a full life. Now, what sets him off on this is really early in the story. First and foremost, as a little boy, he had a little pet rabbit. Well, the rabbit ends up dying for reasons I'm not saying. And as a result, he's wanting to help it survive, and all that. So he's looking to become a doctor. Then another unfortunate accident, which will keep reoccurring throughout the whole series being mentioned, forces him to just truly embrace becoming a doctor and not wanting children to suffer and not be able to grow up. He wants them to be able to grow up and have a full life. So this sets him on his course, on his mission to become a doctor. Now, once he arrives at the hospital, right from the get-go, there's stuff going on right from the start on it. Every episode revolves around, different thing. And at the end of every episode is actually the beginning of the next episode. So, it's think of it as a very long movie. There's 20 episodes, each one's an hour long. So think of it like a 20-hour movie broken into parts. Literally it's one into another, into another, into another, into another. So it's just a non-stop thing of just everything. As far as the story goes, honestly, just the way that they pulled out his character in comparison with all the other characters and the actors and everything, he just really acts it out so well, and you really feel for him. There has been a lot of instances in this while I was sitting there watching it. I literally watched this in 2 days, and it just got to the point that I had moments where I'm just sitting there screaming at the TV, just no, don't, no, just no. Something good especially happens. You've been waiting for the whole time to happen. It finally happens, and you're sitting there cheering for him and all this. And there's been other moments where you're wanting something to happen, they don't do it, and you're just sitting there shouting profanity at the TV. There's moments where you can't help but cry. There's moments you can't help but laugh. But, if he joins the pediatric surgery department as a temporary evaluation because of his autism. They failed him on a national test, so he's not able to fully become a licensed doctor because of this. So the director of the hospital, which is the person who actually helped raise him growing up, took it upon himself to go to the board members to try to get him on there, because if they go and they actually do an evaluation and they prove him to be fit, then the council will actually go back, reverse their decision, and will allow him to become a full-fledged doctor. So the whole series revolves around this, around his journey and improving himself, proving that he can become a doctor, that he can do the job, he can save the lives. And it's not just that. The side stories, everything, just the character development on this series was absolutely wonderful. You have characters who at the beginning of the series that you will just absolutely hate. And by the end of the series, some of them you'll still hate, some of them you'll think less of. But then some you just grow to kind of love and just like really like the characters. As far as, I mean, there's a lot of different complicated things with this series. And definitely the music score in this definitely really brings it out. Because they've done a really good job in using the music right. They hit quiet moments at really critical points. Music definitely picks up with action. And like whenever they get to really sad moments, and there's going to be some sad moments, but whenever they hit those points, the music just amplifies everything, and just you can't help but feel sorry. You can't help but tear up on it, and it's just you're going through this. And I don't know if it's, just the whole autism thing especially just hit home with me. But you just can't help but feel for this character throughout his journey. Because it's not just proving himself. He has to build his self-esteem for himself. But he grows. Not being stuck just in the childhood mind, but becoming an adult, learning to love, learning, to just win affection and just learn to think of the patients more, not just become a robot trying to just fix everything and send them on their way. He focuses on, healing not just the body, but the heart, emotions, just helping them all out. And it's not just the kids. He's done this with the characters in the series also. He focuses on that. There's definitely some interesting characters in there for sure. I'm trying to do this without giving you spoilers. Because it's like, oh god, there's just so much I want to talk about and so much I want to say, but it's like, there's spoilers. And I'm trying to keep it spoiler free because literally there's so much on it. But definitely the stories for each episode, the surgeries, the complications. I mean, there's some that you really don't, that they have to some people have to die in the hospital. They can't save everybody. And you hit those moments, you're like, oh god, they're gonna survive. They died. But then you have other moments that you're worried that they're gonna die and they survive, and you're just like, it's an emotional roller coaster because you really get drawn into it, and it's just absolutely wonderful. They do very well in just pulling you in to the characters, to their lives, to what they have going on. And it's so fascinating, really. And I can relate to a lot of the stuff that he feels at points. I mean, it really hit home with a lot of it. And Good Doctor is definitely a 5 out of 5 rating. I had to rate it 5. And it's just. Actually, I think it's got a perfect 5 on there. I don't think anybody's actually rated it lower than that. Good Doctor is available on Netflix, so you can watch it on there. And I definitely suggest you watch it. Put it high on your list. It is subtitled. Now, there's a few moments on there, subtitles with that. That's one of the things that got me, is the subtitles kind of don't really make sense. At times, they'll have points where they'll say one thing, but then it sounds completely different. It's very weird, like that. Other than that, I mean, I really have no complaints on this series. So definitely make sure to head over to Netflix if you have a chance, or wherever you have an opportunity to watch it. And make sure to check out the Korean drama Good Doctor. As always, make sure to click that subscribe button so you can be up to date with everything that we do here at Tri-State Otaku. And also make sure to click that like button, smash that like button, click it right now. Let me know that you actually enjoy these videos. Do it now. I'll wait. Hang on. Alright. And also make sure to take a look down below. Check out some of the previous works that we have done. And until next time, this is TK signing out.